can hear me. This headset, sometimes it just decides to completely shut off the mic. So I'm assuming y'all can hear me now. If this So if this little thing is white, it means the mic's on. But I don't always look at it. So anyway, thank you guys for popping in. How many of you guys turn the volume down on that? Goodness. Okay. Oh, okay. How many of y'all had a chance to watch the premiere? So we just premiered the new clubs for Spellbinders. Just did a premiere. I know it was a little long, but it includes all the different products that I received, and you guys got to see a first card, which I have sitting over here beside me, so I can show y'all some more. So tell me in the chat if you got to check the premiere, or if you're going to go and take a look at it later. I'm just looking at all of the things. I think everything is working, and right now it looks like my face is on vertical, so that is good. And use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Currently, keyframes are or something that's on the vertical are not being sent often enough, which has caused buffering. Okay, well, that's something I didn't know, and I don't know if I can fix it on the fly or not. Let's see. I'm going to take a look and see if it'll let me do it. Nope, it will not let me change it. I've got that set at 0. So Sandy said that she watched. Mary Jo said she watched. I did catch you in there, so thank you so much. Yeah, I tried to make sure I kept up with the chat. One thing I have not done is popped out the chat. I have to pop out the chat in order for all of the emote things to go. Hey, Reese, how are you doing, honey? Okay, we just look at that, and let's pop out the chat over there. Awesome. We have folks over on Twitch too. And when I had the poll up, it's like it was covering the entire screen. So anyway, so far it looks like I have to get all of my chats in one place. There's one. I am seeing Stamp and Die. Stamp and Die. It looks like you guys want me to play with the Stamp and Die. And I've done additional. That's the thing. You guys saw me just get started with it. But let's go ahead and look at the cards that I already showed y'all in the video. And I don't know if I can get that bigger. Let's see. Can I move that down? Nope, it's not going to show me anything. Okay. There. Now I can see the screen. So I have cards here. Yeah. So I made these actually over 2 days, and then yesterday I spent all day editing that video for y'all. And that's something I need to find out also later on. I know that there are folks that don't really watch the live streams. I get that. Live streams do tend to be long. If you're not able to get in there right when they're starting, you may have missed something. And sometimes you'd rather just watch a video. But I have to admit that I have been getting quite a few views on videos compared to recorded videos. I think they're about even, to be honest. And live streams are so fun. So I have been doing a lot more of these. You guys know I have not been putting up a lot of recorded videos. But I thought it might be useful, especially since I didn't know if I was going to have time to do this. It might be useful to have the recorded part done as well. So you guys will have to let me know if that got you excited, if that is something that you want to see me do more of. You guys are the ones that are going to let me know. Thumbs up or thumbs down on the live streams to let me know if you like them or not. Okay, so it is showing up on there. Awesome. I think the only way that I can fix the keyframe thing on on this is if I were to stop one of the streams. I don't want to do that. I'll just have to remember it wants it at least 4. So I take out my little notebook, because it kind of sucks if you're not able to actually see it. Keyframe. Okay. I'm not going to move it up any more than 4. I mean, everything else recommends it as 2, I think. Except that since I'm doing multi-streaming, it's probably different. Anywho, anything that I have missed? Teresa is here. She said no sound, then she said yes, and I'm thinking that she can hear me now. Can you hear me now? I'm writing it in the chat. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, I'm assuming so. And now it's going to pop up the saying that I'm here. Okay. And Auntie Cootie is in the house. I'm just looking down this. I know that the timing is different. By the way, I will be going live with my regular schedule tonight at 5 p.m. 4:30 for members, but 5 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and Twitch. YouTube has got the members at 4:30. Okay. Anyway, and we're going to have Elizabeth Costa Rogers in, and we're going to make rocker cards. So I can't wait to see what she comes up with. And I may do something a little different on mine. So let me zoom in a little bit so that you guys can see the cameras better and take care of that. Goodness. There, it was a little bit, yeah, a little bit bright. So first off, here is the one that we did with the Better Press. And it feels so nice. Yeah. So we've got all the text. I made some flowers, and I also cut out some of the clear Stampin' Die envelopes. Yeah, the envelopes and packages and put on the front of that. I think it turned out super, super pretty. Here's the one where we did it with a stencil, and again, some more of the, it's a combination thing, okay? This one just used the Better Press Clear Stampin' Die of the Month for the sentiment and the envelopes, and then some flowers from, I decided like last week to start going through some of my scraps and just make some flowers while I'm watching other things. You know, where you don't really have enough time to make a card, but you have enough time to cut out some flowers. So that's what I did there. And this one has the Glimmer of the Month sentiment, and we've got some packages there. Okay, Teresa says she can hear me. Yay! Yay! I'm so glad you guys popped in. I really am. I love hanging with all of my buddies. And I did see that Reese did a check-in, so thank you for the check-in from the Crafty Collective. Awesome. So anyway, I'm hoping that everything is working. I have not really had time to check everything. Y'all know I'm going to Creativation on Saturday. I have to finish anything I need to get done, any projects I need to get done beforehand. I need to get done. Just don't put any... I have to see if I can get the... do I have that open? Yes, I do. I have to pop that up. Oh, it's not working. Why is that not working? I want it to be working. Okay, there was an update to Social Stream Ninja, so apparently some of the things are not working, and I don't really know why, because I have my dock out, and it's not wanting to pull the things. I want to be able to pop your stuff up on the screen, and it's not working. Well, that's not fair, right? Anyway, Linda Gorman said for me not to put any of the little glitter hearts in the envelope. Yeah, because of things. Just don't put any glitter hearts in the rocker cards. I still find a little heart every once in a while. Here's something. My craft room is on one end of the house. My bedroom and our master bath is on the other end of the house. And there is a little tiny glitter heart on the floor that I haven't gotten around to picking up that I saw over there. Yeah. Don't know why, but it is. Did I not have it? Oh, I don't have it turned on. Well, duh, that would do it. Okay, now we'll see if we can get the emote things to go. Okay, the emote wall's working. The things are working now, and I bet if I click this, it'll put it up on the screen. Yes, I'm a dummy. I had turned it on and turned it back off and forgot I turned it back off. Actually, I don't remember turning it back off. Anyway, so this one is the one with the stencil of the month. This one again has the, first off, embossing folder. I think I'm a little bit too close this time. Linda found one on her dog too. So we've got the embossing folder of the month. We've got the Better Press of the month. Got Clear Stampin' Die of the month. And we've got, I told you, I love putting all this stuff together. And then we've got, look at that. Look at the wax seal. So the wax seal, first off, it's got the flowers, and then it's got this grid pattern behind it. So if you scrape enough of the wax off, it'll leave just the little lines of the grid. And then you can put another color behind it and it shows through. And I think that turned out so, so, so cool. I love that one. Okay, so we did that. And then this one was with the clear Stampin' Die. And again, with that same embossing folder. Hey, Miss Bethany. Getting Frankie and Ellie ready to school while you wait for word on your dad's surgery. Yeah, that is kind of stressful. Yeah, we've had the surgery kind of thing. Yeah, we kind of have to deal with that over on this side too. So yeah, that is definitely a stressful thing. Okay, so that one, and again, it's still the same flowers. All of the flowers were taken out of those 2 die sets. And then here's the glimmer of the month, which because it's using the black glimmer, you don't really see the shine that much until you tilt it in the light, and then you can see. So I think that turned out really, really cool. And then I don't know if I mentioned this in the video or not, or maybe I think I put in the description of the premiere video. It's got all of the products that I use. And I think I copied it over into both the horizontal and vertical live streams. So they should be there. And so I use the postage stitch circles. There are some postage stitch frames dies. It's like a nesting set of different shapes. So I've got the circles, so that's what I used here. I think I need to get the rectangles. And then we did this one. And this one you can see better that grid. Look at that. This is one of the wax seals where I did the pink, and then I scraped off all of the wax using a hot, it has to be hot enough to melt all the wax, a hot spatula or palette knife, whatever. Had to do that, and then I just put it down on another color. So if you have a good enough contrast, the main image will pop. This one I went ahead and left on the edges of the wax seal. And again, one of those flowers, and it's using the embossing folder of the month, so we've got that fun texture. So those are the things. I know they all turned out so nice. I really love them. And they're all different. They're all, bright color. Well, this one's not bright colors, but that's one reason why we got that pop of red. Right, Joyce? Okay. Double checking, making sure I'm not missing anything. So to confirm, y'all want me to play with the clear Stampin' Die of the month, right? I'm going to go ahead and show you what I've got out. Like I said, I made extras. You're good. So here's more of the little bits, because I made 2 panels, 4 stampings. One stamping in each of blue, pink, orange, and purple. So we've got that. Then I've got the rest of the sentiments and an additional wax seal. Then I got lots of panels because I had to. And since I'm not 100% done with getting ready for leaving town, it's not going to be a real long live stream. Plus, by the way, the Todd has a work meeting call at 2, so I can't go over, okay? So this one was with the Better Press, just the frame, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 panels left of the embossing folder. For this one, I didn't really show this on the video, although I did record video, and this is something else I'm interested in finding out from you guys. I may do it anyway. Oh, you're seriously delayed on the stream. I am so sorry, honey. Try refreshing, and I'm going to also see if I can change the keyframe on the main stream. I don't think it's going to let me. General. Output. Well, maybe. I'm changing it to 2. It did let me change it on the main, so we're going to see what happens there and see if that helps. Anyway, what I did with that is I used a die that I haven't really used much. I've only used like a couple of times, and it turns out it's not on the website, so I guess it's discontinued. So I did not include a link to it, but it's called Color Block Slices, and I just used one of them to make a perfect diagonal across there. You know, not all the way across, but it's basically, it is exactly that. I just stuck it in there, and then I was able to do no ligament. Okay, Bethany says, just heard from the surgeon, no ligament repair for Dad, just bone. Fabulous. Good deal. Well, I'm glad that he's going to be doing okay, and send him all of our hugs and prayers and stuff, okay? So I just used one of those, and it makes some real cool basically it makes it so that everything is, you can cut multiple pieces and you're going to make sure everything is lined up exactly where you need it. But you could do the same kind of thing with paper trimmers. So, and then I also used, which I never do, double stick tape sheets. So I used that and adhered it to a piece of white cardstock before sending it through my embossing folder. So that one is really cool. I did like 3 of those and I've already used 2 of them. And then of course we've got the glimmer panels in blue and in red. Oh, here's another one. Oh, and here's another one. So I've already got this done. So this is done the exact same as the other one. Hey, Miss Adeline, how you doing, honey? Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. So you guys already said you want me to play with that. And I think I'm going to put it on that. And I still have flowers. But that'll be a good start for this one. Just looking to see if there's anything else. Oh, also, I got something else in yesterday that I've been waiting for. You guys know that I've been having issues with paper trimmers, right? So here's my Spellbinders paper trimmer. Let's see if I can zoom all the way out. Spellbinders paper trimmer. This is the big one. It is that 12? I think it's 12 inches. Yeah, it says 12 right there. So it's big enough to be able to cut my pattern paper, but my problem has been that it doesn't cut. I got blades in yesterday. So this does cut now, and I am super happy about that. I have to show you, it does work. So this one here is an embossing, so you can emboss with this thing too. But this is the new blade. And it cuts nice and smooth without any of the yucky stuff. Are the letters the better press? Oh, yes. Yes, Bethany. So I got that one. And then to help me with the other bit of paper cutting because of my Fiskars issue, I got the Spellbinders guillotine. And it's kind of cool. It's like, it's got this little tab here that pops in, so it basically locks it so it doesn't keep opening like when it does in my drawer. My other one did. And this one cuts great too. I tested it out yesterday too. And it's got a nice wide thumb guard. So I got new paper trimmers. So I will be playing with them and we're going to see how those do. Okay, so Bethany was wanting to know if the letters are the better press. So this, yes, this is the better press. This is the better press. Absolutely. I do have all the things out, I think. I have multiple, I'm trying to keep everything somewhat organized. Somewhat organized. And I got other new stuff I want to play with that are probably not going to get any love until after I get back from Creativation. So this one, and yes, I know it's already stained because I did red on it first thing. So this is post edge expression, but yeah, it's got the text for a letter. So you can do, I'm just thinking you could do this and then you could do torn edge, like, or ripped across it. You could do a lot of different ways just with that kind of texture in the background. And it feels so nice because it is the better press. Okay, Adeline said, I received your rocker card. So cute. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're doing a rocker card again tonight. And I can't I can't show the one I did that's in the picture on the thumbnail because Adeline has it. Yeah, it is what it is. Anyhow. Hey, Jana, how are you doing, honey? So I think what I'm going to do, I've been kind of wanting to do one where I didn't use the whole thing. So I'm going to cut this one in half. This is 4 1/4, so I'm going to cut it down to 2 1/8, I think. And I get to try out my new trimmer. Yeah. I'd say that's probably about right. What happened to the light up card class? Are you talking about the giveaway? On the giveaway light up card class, there was going to be a 3rd winner, and I did say initially that I was going to make sure that was that the winners are going to be notified and everything by the 4th. So I still have a couple of days to get that all finished up. There were some more people that signed up after the live stream that we did last week on the 27th. So, oh, good. YouTube vertical says it's okay now. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing an email out soon having to do with that. If I have time today, I may go ahead and do the, go ahead and pull the name and go ahead and get all that done. You had it from the VIP. Okay, so the VIP gets it's not a live class. You do have to register on the website, and it's a recorded class that we did months ago. So you should have access to that. If you're having trouble accessing it on the website, email me, let me know, and I will see what I can do to help. It's possible if you're having trouble logging in, I may need to send you a password reset. So that does sometimes happen. I'm gonna cut this in half now. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I may use the wax seal too. So this is nice and color. Well, I don't know if I want to do that now. Ooh. Where'd I put my panels? Where'd I put the rest of my panels? Okay, because it's kind of one of those things where you start working and then you have another idea. So I've still got these guys, but I had all the panels out a second ago. I think I want to do the white one. Yeah, that's what I want. We're going to do the white. Okay, great. I hope that helps, Joyce. So I just changed my mind. I'm not going to use that one. I am going to use this. And I think I'm also going to, yeah, let's mat it. Oh, yeah, that's going to be nice. So we're going to mat this. And I'll use some dot liner adhesive, though I don't do that very often anymore. I used to use this all the time. And then I switched over to liquid glue and just got in the habit of using it. Okay. Lining it up with the edge down there so that I can just trim it. This is also going to be an experiment with my new trimmer too. Because the way that I used my old one, the way I used the Fiskars, is the thumb guard helped me line up the very edge of my card. So I would basically line the panel up with the thumb guard, and then I'd have like 1/8 of an inch over the edge. And that always worked perfect. And I think this one will do it too. So, and I'm not familiar with it yet. It literally came in the mail yesterday. So I'm not familiar with it yet. So I'm a little cautious about the blade. I don't want the blade to come down and cut me. Okay, but I'd say I probably had it crooked a little bit, but that is pretty close. Okay, I'm going to say that is good enough. I'll try it on this side, do the same thing, lining it up with the thumb guard. And I'd say that looks pretty good. And now I can just trim the edges off. I do want to keep it right about, I just want to basically straighten the edges.
Now look, Buster, let's have an understanding. Now what?
Daffy, come on!
What a way to run a railroad.
Daffy is taking over my stream. Who did that? Okay, who did that? Anne? And I don't think the Todd saw it. Oh my God, but that was funny. Okay, so this one's gonna be the panel for that. And I have the second half that I can use on another card to do the same kind of thing. Then, oh yeah, I like that. And then flowers. Perfect. I even made more card pieces yesterday. So let's go ahead. I'm going to adhere. We need foam though. Let me go ahead and grab out my foam. This roll's almost done, and I've got another roll. I always have an extra roll. Yeah. I'm going to have to show Todd. I'm gonna have to show Todd that one where Daffy just basically does the thing. Yeah. I forgot about that. I mean, I knew it was in there, but I forgot about it. Okay, that's going to be nice. I do like that little pop of foam. Like the pop of foam. Yes. Okay. And then we're going to also see how the trimmer does with trimming down the excess, because this is a little bit bigger than what I want on my card base, right? I think I might actually want to do another matting. That looks like it would be cool. So we're going to trim this one down. If I want to do another mat, and this one should be right at 5.5 and 4 1/4. I'm just going to check it. So this was actually a little bit over 5.5. So let's trim that down. That happens if you don't cut your paper right exact the first time around. Okay, so this one is, yep, 5.5 by 4 1/4 now. So that means that the mat, let me grab another piece of red. And we're going to cut this one down to 4. Yeah, and one thing I'm noticing that it's going to take me a minute to get used to is there are no numbers on this part up here. So you have to line it up with the numbers underneath. And if you're used to using that number as a guide, as a visual guide, then you're going to have to kind of adjust yourself a little bit. So we've got 4. And this one's going to be 5 1/4. Okay. And then this one's going to have to be 5. I'm going to cut off some of them. I'll just cut cut off a little bit of the blue because there's actually more blue on there than there is orange. So we did 5. So this has to be, okay, we went 5.5 is the original. We came down to 5 1/4 for the matting, and then we're going to come down another quarter for this piece, which is going to be right at 5. That did pretty good. I wouldn't say I want to do it all the time like that, but that is actually pretty good. It even cut through the foam. There was foam there, and I have had issues with my other trimmer trying to do that. This side, I'm just going to trim a little bit to make sure that it's all nice and straight. There we go. And then this side, we're going to cut down to, starts off at 4 1/4. So 4 was for the matting, and then we're going to go 3 3/4 for this piece. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. And I think I'm going to put a flower on it because I still have some flowers. Okay. I did notice that I'm not able to get refills for this one anymore, so I'm going to use it up, and then I'm switching over to AdTech for my tape runners. I got some of those in, so that's nice. There we go. I don't have a lot of flowers. I do have a few, though. So I've got some reds. Oh, that would be pretty. Also got, I was watching Jennifer McGuire. It's all Jennifer McGuire's fault. Anyway, I was watching Jennifer McGuire, and she showed how to use your brayer to add color to cardstock. So these are done using a brayer. And then, of course, I use regular regular colored cardstock for some too. And she was also doing some gold stems and such, and did double-sided adhesive on the back. Now, my issue with that is my die cut. For some reason, when I use it, die cutting is a pain. It does not like to cut all the way through. And it also stayed in the gold cardstock. So when I took the release paper off, yeah, it kind of. I've got them sticking with some press and seal to make sure that works. Okay, just looking to see if anybody else has said hello. Nope. Okay. Ads are going to start on Twitch in just a minute. If you want to, actually in about 5 minutes, if you want to not have ads on Twitch, the way to do that is either with Twitch Turbo. I think that works. I don't really know how it affects my channel, but it makes us, you don't have ads anywhere. Or you can do a sub to whatever channel you want to. And if you've got Amazon Prime, you get 1 free Twitch sub per month. So you can use it my channel or whatever channel you want to. So I've got different colors. I've also got some pink ones in here. So I could go with pink. I'm kind of thinking I want to do the red though. You know, because to pull in the red from the side. But I've also got these that have got orange and red in them. You guys will have to tell me, which flowers do you think I should use? What colors? Y'all are lurking a lot today. I don't mind. I just want some help too. Top and bottom. These two? You like the ombre ones? Yeah, I was just wanting to make sure it matches the color on the card. But then again, we've got all the colors in the card, right? Sandy says she loves them all. Thank you, Miss Sandy. Okay, taking the red out. It's actually too dark of a red. Oh, and then Antiquity says bright red. So the reds don't quite match. This one is a darker red, and these are a brighter red. So that's why I'm thinking maybe no to it. Oh, that's Jed. Perfect. I see now. I agree. Okay. And then I do have another wax seal I could use. Where did I put the wax seal? And let's see if these colors match. Now, I'm thinking if I use those two, that's what it's going to be. But I can use some gems, and I have gems. And then we need a sentiment. I really need to start crafting more like this. Because, you know, it just makes it easier if you've got extra stuff. And most things, if you don't have something specific in the die set or specific in the stamp set to be your focal image, and everything is mostly kind of, you know, background or something like that, having flowers around is such a great idea. Oh yeah, I think that's good. Or I could do this card. I like this one. I just changed my mind about sentiments. This one says, just a friendly reminder that someone is thinking of you. I think that's going to be it. And then I can add some gems to it, and that will finish up that card. Let's put all of my flowers away. Okay, so Cheryl Torres, yay! Cheryl made it in. Fabulous, honey. I'm looking up the chat and I don't see your name on there. Why don't I see your name on there? So I see where Bethany said hello to Cheryl. I'm scrolling. There it is, 12:25. So you've been in here for a bit and I didn't see you. I am so sorry. Because I know that you said during the premiere this is the first time that you've been able to catch us live. So thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. Everybody, give her a bunch of hearts in the chat. I'm going to put a little bit of foam behind my, thankfully this is some thin foam. Put some foam behind my flowers. And I didn't put foam on all of the cards from the premiere. You guys already saw that. Like this one, there's foam behind the sentiment, but doesn't have foam behind anything else. Still think it turned out pretty. Yeah, you snuck in. There's a lot of folks that do that, and I don't mind a bit. I love it when you guys just come in, but I also love getting to chat with you. So thank you so much for popping in and for saying hello. I think I will give this card away, so that is another reason to talk to us in the chat. Yeah, I think I want it there, and then I'll put a little bit of foam behind my sentiment here. Only on half of it, though, because I want it to be kind of flat across, which my flowers are not, but that's okay. So this might actually be too thick. Yep, that works. So I'm going to just slide it up there somewhere, and we've got enough foam underneath it to basically to make it so that it's flat across. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. I was just feeling rainbow. I really was. I was just feeling rainbow when I started making everything from this collection, and there we go. Now I just need some gems. So I've got a bunch of the adhesive ones from, I think, from Scrappy Tales. No, Scrappy Tales never did those. Not Too Shabby. Spellbinders. I know there's somebody else in here too. And I very rarely use them, so I'm trying really hard this year to use them more. And as long as I put glue behind them, it works fine. So these, actually, those might not actually, no, I'm not going to do that. Green won't work. And for this one, I'm just adding them to the center of the flowers. I'm not going to do the red. That's too much red on red. I do have some gold. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the gold ones. And add a little there. So as a reminder, we are going live this afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern, unless you're a member on my YouTube channel, and then you get to come and hang out with us for the members only pre-show. That starts at 4:30. And be honest, it's usually me figuring out the tech and making sure not everything's broken. Hopefully some things still work. So anyway, I do try to let you guys know, a little bit behind the scenes or first. Yeah, I try to let you guys know when things are coming up and things. But I will be out of town. I'm trying to figure out where I want the gems. Because I want to put some more gems on there instead of just the centers of the flowers. I think I'll start here. I may add a couple more. And the hardest ones for me to use are the big ones. Now, the big ones are working great for the center of the flowers, but just as regular embellishments, I always have trouble with that because I really like the small ones. And these are actually bigger than what I prefer. I like the really tiny ones. Really tiny ones are just so adorable. I think I'll use this one as another bigger one. And then I think I do need a couple down here and try to stick with the small ones. Or smaller ones. Okay, that turned out pretty cool. And I didn't actually stamp or die cut anything new. Not even the embossing folder. The embossing folder was already here too, although it would have taken like 2 seconds. But I didn't have to redo anything because I already had the pieces ready to go. I think that turned out nice. I am going to definitely have to do more flowers. Cheryl says, I don't know what Twitch is. Twitch is another platform for live streaming. YouTube does primarily videos, and they've been doing more when it comes to live streaming and more for, shorts and different things. So YouTube is the big one. Twitch is the other big one that is all live streaming. However, Twitch has been primarily for gamers. So if you see somebody, there's a lot of people that do different types of games and stuff on there, but there's also a growing crafty community. And where's my pop-up for that? Like the Crafty Collective, assuming it pops up. I think I broke the button. Did I break the button? Yeah, I think I broke the button. Anyway. Okay, bye, Miss Bethany. You have a wonderful night, honey, or day, honey. And hopefully I will see you. Oh, this didn't scroll. So that was a question. That was something that she said a long time ago. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, Anne should share her KCC7 cards. Go ahead and put that in the stream showcase. And if it's up there before tonight, I will show that. This is where Cheryl said that she didn't know what Twitch is. That was a whole 4 minutes ago. Okay. Hopefully I'm caught up on all the things. But anyhow, yeah, it's mostly for gamers and such, but it's also where I've been learning ideas for adding different things to make things more interactive over here, because they all do a ton over there. Sometimes you can't see the screen because of all the weird stuff going on. But instead we have things like, where's my effects? I will go ahead and we got things like this, and foam is life, and there's the watermelon, and my little watermelon. My little watermelon, and the favorite of all the peoples, under Halloween. This is a favorite for pretty much everybody, especially when we get close to Halloween. So I get a lot of the different ideas of doing things while watching things over on Twitch, and I have some friends over there, and you always get to hang out in people's chats. They're all live. They're all live over there. You can catch replays of things for about 2 weeks, but after that, they're gone. They don't keep a lot of stuff on their servers. It's not like YouTube, which we do. It's a different kind of a vibe, and it's a different kind of content. But right now, I am streaming to both. And I think folks have been liking that. So I'm going to continue doing so. Okay, it is now right about 1. I'm going to go ahead and hopefully Bethany is still in here just long enough to get in on the giveaway, because we needed to do the giveaway, because I'm assuming the giveaway thing is working, because, yeah, it's a thing. Okay, and this should be ready to go. So go ahead and type in !join if you would like to win this card. And I still haven't fixed that over on vertical. Let me see if I can just get rid of that one piece there, because okay, great. Go ahead and pop in if you'd like to win. I'm trying to make sure that you guys can see it and it's not visible on vertical. I don't think I can actually fix that yet. I love it when folks pop in that didn't say anything earlier. Okay, Anne really wants the card, so she's on both sides. She's on And this is another picture for me to submit to Spellbinders so they get to see it. Yay. So tonight we're going to be making a rocker card. I don't know if I'll use any of the products from this collection or some of the other fun things I've got. Like I've got new Simon Hurley that I ordered after the collection that I didn't get stuff from. I really like it when the companies send me things to show y'all because then I get to play with everything, but I don't get everything and I have to buy stuff. I also went ahead and ordered some things from Spellbinders, so I've got a few new things there too. So I may use something like that. I got the little dinosaur from last month's clubs. I got that in, again, I got that in yesterday. And where's he at? So, oh, I got the little gnomes. This is right from last year. I wanted the car so bad and it was on sale, so I got the car. So I've got the car. And I know this is Christmassy, but you know what? I also got this. So I may put the bunny gnome in the car. But I also might do that for Pear Blossom Press. Because I have a Pear Blossom Press video due coming up. Where's my dinosaur? Everybody walked. I thought it was in this bag. Don't you hate it when you can't find stuff? Okay, so I got that. I went ahead and ordered a couple of things from Gina K. And that is actually Jennifer McGuire's fault. Maybe I didn't put the dinosaur in here. I must not have put him in this bag. I know I got the dinosaur, but I still think I'm going to probably do an Easter card, do an Easter rocker using this little guy. Isn't that cute? See, this one has the add-on to add on to our gnome here and the car here. So this one is kind of required in order to do the other seasons. But he can also be a little leprechaun for St. Patrick's Day, which is just passed. I would love to see a pirate hat for him for our Talk Like a Pirate Day. That would be too cool. Anyhow. Okay, so we got 7 folks in the drawing. I'm going to give you guys another couple of seconds, and then we're going to go ahead and do the drawing. And then I'm going to be stopping and trying to get some more work done before we go live at 4:30 and 5 o'clock this afternoon. So I've only got a couple of hours to go. And I have stuff I need to go get out of the mailbox. I'm not sure what it is, but I got stuff in the mailbox. And if anybody sees Melissa Klepser or Heather, I forgot what Heather's full name is. Anyway, I've got some happy mail, but I'd rather open it while they're here. So if you happen to see them, tell them to come and hang out with us tonight. I'm going to go ahead and do the winner. Who's going to win this card? It's going to be Miss Danielle. Yay! So you guys know the drill. There should be a form in the description below, and here it is in the chatty chat. So go ahead and fill out the form to get me the information so I can get this off in the mail for you. Yay! So I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you enjoyed the premiere prior to this. If you haven't seen the premiere yet, it does have a short version of the creation of all of these cards. And something I would like to hear from you guys is if you would like for me to do basically using the same video, because I recorded the whole thing. I just shortened it down. So we did 6 cards in 25 minutes in that video without me really rushing a whole lot of it. It just meant a lot of it was cut out. So would you like to see individual videos or not? So that is something I would love to hear from you guys. Be sure to leave that in the comments under the video after the live, not just in the chat, but in the comments. Let me know, would you like to see individual videos for a lot of these cards, and which product would you like to see that on? So I know kind of what to try to prioritize after I get back from Creativation, which is going to be next week. Anyway, I'm only going to be gone for a couple of days, but it's still where I can't do anything in the middle. So I'm trying to get everything done ahead of time. Congrats, Danielle. Thank you to Ms. Jen and Ms. Joyce. I think that covers everything. So I will see you guys this afternoon. Thank you again for coming and hanging out with me. You know, I love all of y'all. And I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.